Hey, this is Larry Janeski from Dr. Energy Saver. When it comes to making a crawl space more energy efficient, there's lots of opportunities. They get big results. This crawl space is a concrete floor. If it was a dirt floor, we would install our clean space crawl space encapsulation system. It's a relatively small crawl space connected to a much larger basement, so it's just part of the whole foundation. But the master suite is above here, and especially the floors that were really cold in the master suite. So what we're going to do here to solve this problem is we're going to air seal this crawl space to keep outside air out. Now there's 7 different air conditioning lines coming into this house through the rim joist, and they're not sealed around the lines. There's about a 1/2 inch air space around these air conditioning lines coming in. And in fact, if you look here, you can see the little dust moving on the insulation and so forth, and it just shows you that there's air flowing in here. Then of course the sill plate itself, the juncture between the sill plate and the foundation, the sill plate and the rim joist and the subfloor, all that really should be sealed and insulated very well. So we're going to hit that with spray foam, and we're going to insulate our walls with our Silver Glow foam insulation. You can feel this wall is very cold, and this insulation will solve that problem. If we take a look over here, we have a crawl space vent that's wide open. And it's an 8-inch by 16-inch vent, and it's wide open. And the building code might have, somebody might have required this crawl space to be vented, but it was absolutely made no sense. It was ridiculous and really caused, for the last 20 years that this house has been here, a lot of discomfort and additional heating bills, oil being burned in this case because of this open vent. And this vent actually doesn't have the vent grill in it. A raccoon could crawl right through there into this crawl space. In fact, I'm surprised they don't have more pest issues in here. Now, one might say, well, here's a HVAC unit, and maybe that's why they've let air come into this crawl space. Well, actually no, because first of all, there's no combustion going on here. This isn't a gas burning or oil burning furnace, propane burning furnace. There's no flue pipe coming out of here. All it is a air conditioning coil and a blower in the ductwork, and there's a hydrocoil that comes off of boilers in a different place. So there's no combustion, so no argument for combustion air in here. Even if there were, we could put grills to the basement. The building code allows for combustion air from adjoining interior spaces, and we have a very large basement on the other side of this, so we wouldn't have to put a vent to let freezing cold air in from the outside for that purpose. But yeah, so we're going to close that vent up. That is going to make a huge difference. Seal the rim joist, insulate the walls, and we're going to have an energy efficient crawl space and make a big difference to this homeowner. With the rim joist and sill plate now sealed and the walls insulated with a radiant barrier, this crawl space is now a lot more energy efficient. It doesn't leak air from the outside, cold air in the wintertime, and warm, humid air leaking into the crawl space in the summertime is also a problem, because that warm, humid air will condense its moisture and you get condensation on the walls. So now these walls are insulated and they're not as cold as they would be otherwise, eliminating condensation. This crawl space being warmer and drier is also a lot better for the ducts. The ducts are now not producing warm air, and I can feel them right now. This duct is very warm, trying to bring warm air generated by our air handler to the rooms that it's serving. But before, these sheet metal ducts were running through a cold crawl space. Now this crawl space is warm, and we're going to get a lot less heat loss from the ducts. If you have a home that you'd like to have Dr. Energy Saver take a look at to see how we can help you make it more energy efficient and comfortable, give us a call.